Welcome you all to this new video. In this video, we will be adding IR sensors to a robot object and develop a line following behavior. It will be a Proteus software simulation. Following will be the circuit design that we will be implementing. This is the Arduino Uno board that we will be using. These two are the IR sensors, infrared sensors. This over here is a motor driver and two motors that will represent the wheels of the robot. Then there are logic toggles and ground as well as a power supply. These are the components that we have used or utilized in this. So first thing, we will go in our Proteus software, click on new project. You can keep the name as it is. I will be changing the name for my convenience. I will save it in a directory that I have created on my desktop so that everything gets over there. Simply click on next and finally click on finish. It will create a new project. If you type in here Arduino Uno, the board that we'll be using, you can't find it. Even L298 driver, that is a motor driver we will be using, that also is not available. And as well as IR sensor, these are also not available. So by default they are not present in the Proteus. We need to install separate libraries so that we can get the access to it. So I have provided a link over here. I will provide the link to this blog as well in the comment section. Do follow it. So by visiting that site, we will select the libraries that we need. We need two Arduino libraries, three infrared sensor libraries, and two motor driver libraries. We need these 7 libraries for our this project, line following behavior project. So Arduino TEP, IDX, LIB, then infrared sensor 3 TEP files and 2 motor driver TEP files. These 7 files, we will download them. It will download a zip file. We will just extract it. I will copy this file in my folder that I have created on my desktop. Just extract the zip file, downloaded zip file, and you will get the 7 libraries that we have selected. Simply copy these libraries and close the Proteus software and right click on the icon and select open file location. You will be redirected to bin, get back and select the data folder, and in the data folder select the library folder and paste your 7 libraries that you have copied over here. So it is as simple as this. You just need to copy the libraries and you can find the components in the Proteus software. Again, reopen the project that we have created and search for the components. So Arduino Uno is available now. Select it and click on OK. Next thing we need is L298 driver. Search for it. Click on the driver and select OK. Similarly, we need IR sensors. So search for the IR sensors. Simply type in IR sensor and you can select the IR sensor. It can be available. It will be available over there. So we'll start building the circuit. Draw in the Arduino board. Next thing we will align is the motor driver. Just to rotate the motor driver clockwise for convenience and align it in front of the Arduino board. Next thing we need is 2 IR sensors. So generally if you see a line following robot, you will find 2 IR sensors. There can be more, but generally there are 2 IR sensors present. So we will place those 2 IR sensors and rotate them also clockwise and place it like this way. We also need motor to simulate the uh, motors that are used for managing the wheels. We will search for DC motor and select from active library. We need two of them. We will place it one over here, rotate it clockwise, and another over here and rotate that also clockwise. We will establish the connection of motors with the motor driver. This one gets a cross connection. So the connection is like this pin goes over here and that pin goes over there. I will just realign it so that there won't be any confusion. Now we will join the IR sensor, the out pin of IR sensor to pin number 3, and we will join the pin number 2 to the second IR sensor out pin. So one out pin to pin number 3 and second out pin to pin number 2. Now we need to connect the Arduino with the motor driver. We will connect pin number 13, 12, 10 and 11 to these 4 pins of the motor driver. Just connect them serially one by one. So the connection between motor driver and Arduino is established. Now if we come over the IR sensor, there are 2 pins, one for ground and one for VCC, that is power. In the terminal section, select the ground and place it over there and connect with ground. Same with the next IR sensor. Place the ground near the ground pin and connect the ground pin to the ground. Now we need ground pin also for the motor driver, so place the ground pin over here. So we need to connect 3 pins of motor driver to the ground. First is this pin. Second one is this pin. We will connect it to the ground. And this ground pin over here also needs to be connected to the ground. So these 3 pins will be connected to the ground. So beside ground, we can see that there is a 5-volt pin and a 12-volt pin. We need to connect a DC over here. So we'll redirect to generators and select a DC and place it over here. And connect the 12 volts pin to hit it. And we will apply 5 volts, 12 volts over here. Just double click on the DC and you can select the voltage. Next pin we will be placing over here and connecting it to the 5 volts. Again double click on the component and give it 5 value. So we have selected a 12 volt DC and a 12 volt DC. Now we need to connect a VCC. This is the one present in the terminal section. Select the power from terminal section, place it over here and connect the VCC of IR sensor to this power. Same with the next sensor. Place your DC power for here and connect the VCC to this power. The last connection that we need over here is of logic toggle. So come in the devices section and click on P and select logic toggle. So once you select the logic toggle, click on OK and place it near the over here near the test pin. We will X mirror it for the convenience of binding. Same with the next sensor, we will place it over here near the next pin and mirror it and connect it to the test pin. So the wiring part has been established or completed. Double click on the IR sensor and click on browse and go to the libraries that we have downloaded where you can find IR sensor.hex file. Select it and click on OK. Same with the next sensor, browse to that hex file and click on open and click on OK. So this hex file is one which we have downloaded at the start of the video. The 7 out of 7 libraries, that is the one hex file. So after adding the hex file to the IR sensors, we need to program for the Arduino, the logic for the Arduino board. For that we will be using Arduino IDE. I have created a video to how to install Arduino IDE. You can refer that video also. We will launch the application. First thing you need to do is select a board. So click on select board and we are using Arduino Uno, so we will be searching for it. Select the board and click on OK. Once the board has been selected, we need to do the code. I will be copying the code from the blog. You can either copy it or type it as per your preference. Once this is done, we need to save the code. So click on save. I will be saving it in my folder. Change the name if you feel it. I am adding line follower underscore script. So once it gets saved, click on verify. It will compile the code. So it has done compiling. Next thing, go to sketch and select the export compiled binary. We will be generating a hex file for this particular code. So next thing, you need to select on sketch and show the folder. So it will redirect you to the folder. This is the project, this is the code. Go in the build section, go in the folder, and here you can find line follower script hex file, the hex file for our code. We need to add it here. So browse to that directory where the hex file has been generated. This is IR sensor. We do not need that. We need the hex file for our code, which is present in our code folder. Select that hex file. Don't get confused. Click on open and click on OK. So we have added hex file to our Arduino board and both IR sensors. Now we are ready to simulate the simulation. So just click on OK. Play. Sorry. We will just reconfirm that all things are placed perfectly and then click on the play. So the motors have started rotating. So if I toggle to 1, it will start to move clockwise in opposite direction. Same with the another sensor. If we turn it 1, it will rotate in another direction. So this behavior is like, if they find or they sense the line, they will change their direction of the motors, and by changing the direction of the motors, they will change the direction of the robot, as motors are connected to the wheel. So this particular is the line following behavior that we need to simulate, or that is the aim of our practical. So these two IR sensors just detect the line and give feedback to the motors to change their direction. So while following the video, also follow my blog for convenience or for help, here you can find the circuit design, the code, as well as libraries, link for the libraries. I will provide the link to this blog in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.